Hi everyone and welcome to Cooking with Candyware, and today is Resin for Beginners. So here I am taking some Mod Podge and I am adding that onto a piece of Japanese paper, and I like to do this because the resin doesn't seem to penetrate that. So here I am mixing my 2 parts of resin, and like I had showed you in the last video, I am using this little scoop measurement, which has a great way to show equal parts so you can get the perfect amount. So I'm using rubber gloves and a popsicle stick to mix this all. And you're going to want to mix this twice. And here are all the different types of molds that I had discussed in the last video also, and I'm using a baby wipe to just make sure everything is clean. And then from here I'm just going to be adding a thin layer on the very bottom, and this will be eventually your top. So once it's settled for a couple of minutes, I am using my heat gun now, which you can also use a flame, an open flame. But you definitely want to be very, very gentle with that. So I left it for a couple more minutes, and here I am popping any extra bubbles, and you can also use the heat gun or the flame also. So this is what I usually like to do with my Japanese papers, put a little fish on it, and I've cut them perfectly so that they fit inside this silicone square mold. And that is a Molang sticker, which I also love. And these are other stickers that I have. So this one is Alice in Wonderland, so that's Alice, and I will be also putting the Queen of Hearts in the star, and another sticker in there also. So then I'm putting in this one is a raised sticker, like it's a bubble sticker, so that one you need to wait until your resin is a little bit more cured to put that in so it doesn't slide all around. So I like to use chunky glitter first. This is the Martha Stewart brand, which has different hearts and stars. And then these are other glitter that I have mixed myself, and those are David's tea pods that I have saved and added the different glitter in, which I think to be like a great little canister for that type of stuff. So then you want to let the resin cure after that. So you want to make sure that the the resin that you were using wasn't completely cured so that the glitter can stick inside of it, but you don't want it to be too wet or else the glitter will fall right to the bottom. Now this is a different method that I'm using, which is just soft pastels, and there's my kitty in the way, soft pastels, and this adds more of a translucent type of color to it, and you'll see what I mean once I put this onto the resin piece. But I wanted to show you 2 different ways you can add pigment to your resin. So as you can see, it's a lot more transparent. So again, I will be mixing equal parts again of the hardener and the resin, and mixing that twice in 2 separate cups. And the last mix up, and then this time I'm going to be using the craft pigments that are meant for resin, and I made a light pink color. You really don't need all that much, a little goes a long way. So they do last for a very long time. I've never had to purchase more. So I also added some glitter into the last little bit of the resin on the back of these. So here is everything it's been cured for over 24 hours, and that is a brand of Sculpey sandpaper that you just add some water onto it, and then you can rub your resin on top of it so all the little bits don't go everywhere. And here I'm showing you how the two different molds I used. If you use silicone molds, you need to dome the outside because it's not that clear, whereas if you use a plastic one, you can definitely see it very clearly, so you don't need to, you know, finish the front. But anyways, here I am doming the back of them. I like to do this just because it gives it a little bit more thickness. You can definitely just sand them right down, but I like to do it this way. So again, I just used a little bit of my hot gun, and now I'm just adding in some sparkles. Definitely optional. These are, again, just techniques that I like to use personally when working with resin. So I'm just mixing it all in. And then you're going to let that dry. And then now I am going to be finishing these resin pieces. So the ones that I took there, they've already been, either I finished them or the type of mold I used, you don't need to finish them off this way to give them a sheen so you can actually see your product on the inside. So here I am. I'm definitely use gloves for this. So all you need is just a really super thin layer, and what I have underneath is just a little raised bed for them to sit on so that the resin can fall through if you used a little bit too much. And here I am on the very last one. And be patient with resin. It is something you're going to have to get used to and work on. Be patient, I mean, in regards to, it takes a while, but the end results are just so much fun and just bring such a smile to everyone's face. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!